But do you care about the innocent people who were murdered because you keep advising people who put policies in place that result in more innocent people being murdered?
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got something big to talk about, a fiery exchange on Capitol Hill that you won't want to miss. During the hearing, Senator Ted Cruz took the floor to criticize the nominee for supporting what he described as progressive prosecutors. Am I the only one that didn't know political debates could get intense? According to Cruz, these prosecutors have implemented policies that have led to a rise in crime, creating more danger in communities across the country. He didn't hold back, pointing out that these so-called reforms have had disastrous consequences. If you've been following the news, you know that crime rates are a hot topic right now, and Cruz wasn't shy about linking them to these progressive policies. Senator Cruz didn't just criticize these policies in general, he mentioned names. If you're interested in politics, law enforcement, or just want to see some heated debates, stay tuned.
You have repeatedly praised steps the new, quote, progressive prosecutors have taken, refusing to prosecute violent crime and letting violent criminals go. And as a result, far too many innocent people have died. Now, just a minute ago, you gave Senator Kennedy a very lawyerly answer. He asked you about Larry Krasner, the elected district attorney of Philadelphia, and I listened very carefully to your answer. You said, Senator, I didn't work on his campaign. Well, Ms. Morrison, that answer is technically right, but I assume you read the questionnaire you submitted to this committee, and on this committee, you identified yourself as an advisor to his transition committee. So you may not have worked on his campaign, but you advised him in his transition committee. For those who don't know, Larry Krasner was elected district attorney in Philadelphia. He was backed by George Soros, who has backed prosecutors across the country releasing violent criminals. According to the Philadelphia Inquirer, upon taking office, Krasner immediately fired 31 veteran prosecutors. An additional 39 veterans of the office resigned in the years following. Now it's reported that over 60% of the office consists of less experienced junior attorneys with less than 4 years' experience. Ms. Morrison, is Philadelphia today more safe or less safe than when Mr. Krasner became district attorney?
Thank you, Senator, for that question. And I apologize if my answer to Senator Kennedy's question was in any way misleading. I certainly did serve as an advisor to District Attorney Krasner.
Okay, good. Let's talk about, is Philadelphia more safe today than it was before he was elected?
The issue on which I worked specifically...
I have a specific question. Is Philadelphia more safe today than when he was elected?
Senator, respectfully, I have not...
That's a yes or no?
I do not consider myself an expert on crime statistics.
You have no view?
Safety. On Philadelphia, I can certainly talk about the cases that I've worked on in Philadelphia.
So you advise this transition team. Let me ask you, when you were advising him on his, and by the way, is the murder rate today in Philadelphia higher or lower than when Mr. Krasner was elected?
Senator, I do not know because I have not studied those statistics.
So you were part of the transition team but didn't really care about the results. Well, let me answer it for you. When Mr. Krasner became district attorney, there were 315 homicides citywide. How many do you think there are this past year?
I know the murder rate is up nationally, Senator, but I'm not familiar with the specifics.
It went from 315 to 562, almost twice the 2017 number, the highest in over 60 years. Let me ask you, is that a progressive approach? You call these progressive prosecutors who let violent criminals go, who then murder innocent people. Is that progressive? 562 people murdered in Philadelphia.
Senator, I take a strong interest in the successful prosecution of murder cases because...
Okay, I actually don't believe your record reflects that, so let's look elsewhere, because you actually make a business of supporting these soft-on-crime prosecutors that release violent criminals. You also were on the transition committee for Los Angeles District Attorney George Gascon, who came to office in 2020. Like Krasner, like other Soros DAs, they come in to let violent criminals go, and they do it. And those violent criminals murder innocent people. Why is it that you keep being part of the transition team, helping advise district attorneys on how to release violent criminals, and you're the head of the Innocence Project? The Innocence Project actually does good work for people who are wrongfully convicted. They should be released. But do you care about the innocent people who were murdered because you keep advising people who put policies in place that result in more innocent people being murdered.
What an intense exchange, where this hearing really shone a spotlight on the growing debate over crime and justice in America. Whether you agree with Senator Cruz or not, there's no denying that these issues are at the forefront of national conversation. If you found this breakdown interesting, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.